And the kick goes out of the end zone. The Tigers will start at the 25.
Out of bounds in the matchup between the Klein Collins Tigers and the Stratford Spartans. I'm Greg Dahl Jr. here for the Spring Grass Sports Line. It's the 15-6A matchup here at YourBranchNews.com, brought to you by the Spring Grass Sports Line here at beautiful Darrell Tully Stadium. It's a battle for number one in District 15-6A. Klein Collins and the Stratford Spartans are getting ready to battle, and right now, Klein Collins has the ball first from the 25-yard line from right to left. On your radio dial, two receivers to the strong, one to the short. Ball going to be snapped out of shotgun. The back's going to be in motion, back and forth from left to right. On the line is going to be a handoff right up the middle. Going to have room to run, get into the second level. A sea of green jerseys there to bring up
Isaiah
a stop.
Spiller on the carry.
Isaiah Spiller going to move the down marker 5 yards. Picking that
Alec
up.
Hagan's on the stop.
To second and 5 for the Tigers. Alex Hagan
Gain
stepping it up.
5 on the play. Makes
Spartans.
it a second down and 5
Second and 5
for the Tigers.
Receiver in motion coming in. Going to go back out. Hand off the ball right up the middle. Once again, it's going to bounce around. Going to pick up 2 more yards.
Isaiah Spiller on the carry.
Keeping the ball in bounds. Going to be stopped short of the first down marker.
Alec Hagan's on the stop.
Hagan there once again.
And Colin Chrisman Gurley is there to assist.
Of the ball. Bringing up 3rd and 2.
Gain of 3 on the play. Makes it a 3rd down and 2 for the Tigers at their 33.
Tigers going to send out 2 receivers to the strong side. 1 to the short, man in motion once again. Coming in to the plane. Once again, handed off to Spiller. He slips past one, gets to the
Isaiah Spiller on the
just
carry.
A few more yards. Picking up the first down and keeping this drive alive for the Tigers.
Caleb Hurst on the stop. Gain of 9 on the play. Makes it a 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 42.
Joseph Cordova in motion. Going to be option to Spiller. He's going to get to the 40. Pushed out. Going to pick up a first down and more. Great job right there.
Michael Irvin runs him out of bounds.
Irvin stepping up for the Spartans. Ball's going to be moved to the 38-yard line. Big pickup there for the Tigers.
Gain of 23 makes it a 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Spartan 38.
Two receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Hand off to Spiller. He's on fire. Why not give it to him? 20, 15, 10. Stop. Short,
Isaiah
just above the
Spiller
10-yard line. Coming up again, Michael Irvin there for the stop with another first down.
Chance Stein on the stop.
My apologies, Chance Stein.
Gain of 28 on the play. Makes it a 1st down and 10 for the Tigers at the Spartan 11.
Defense on its heels right now for the Spartans, not able to stop the Tigers as they march down the field from right to left on your radio dial. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Ball's going to be optioned off to Spiller once again. Gets past 1, gets past 2.
Isaiah Spiller on the pitch.
Going to be knocked out of bounds. Going to stop the clock at 9:05. No, they're going to keep the clock running. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Wills Graham runs him out of bounds. Gain of 2 on the play makes it a 2nd down and 8.
Alec Hagan checking
for
out
the
for
Spartans.
the Spartans.
Correction for the Tigers.
Score 0-0 in the first quarter. I'm Greg Dahl Jr. for the Spring Grass Sports Line, bringing you coverage of today's matchup. The Stratford Spartans taking on the Klein Collins Tigers. Ball's handed off right up the middle. Spiller gets to the second level, but he is stopped.
Josh Powell on the carry.
The end zone. I said that Spiller. I apologize, Josh.
Ben Kuhn on the stop. Gain of 4 on the play. Makes it a third down and 3 for the Tigers at the Spartan 5.
Ball snapped out of shotgun, hands off to the back, and he's going to get to the end zone and picks up the touchdown.
Isaiah Spiller, touchdown Tigers.
Gets his name on the paper, puts the Tigers on the board first. 6-0 in this matchup. Here comes the extra point unit.
Landon Powers in to attempt the extra point.
Kick by Powers is up, and that's good. New score in the game, 7-0. Klein
the extra
Collins
point
first
is good.
to score.
Your score, Klein Collins 7, Stratford 0.
You're listening to the Spring Branch Sports Line. We are the voice of the Spring Branch athletic community. Join us as we cover athletes past, present, and future. Visit yourbranchnews.com for 24/7 coverage of the Spring Branch athletic community.
Landon Powers in to kick off for the Tigers. Malcolm Stevens and Cameron Lane are deep for the Spartans. Malcolm Stevens on the return. Lewis Barba on the stop. 3-yard return. Spartans will start at the 19.
Welcome back. Spartans have the ball at the 19-yard line. Going to be their first offensive possession of the matchup against the Klein Collins Tigers. Drew Murdoch in at quarterback. 3 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short side. Man in motion. Going to bring 2 and 2. That's going to be doubles for the Spartans. Ball going to be snapped in the backfield. Chase Ellis going to get the handoff. Goes to his right, met by 2 defenders, and immediately taken down. And they're talking smack out there, getting it warmed up here at beautiful Darrell Tully Stadium. I'm Greg Dowell Jr. for the Spring Branch Sports Line. Score 7-0. Klein Collins in the lead
on the stop
in this matchup. Two receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Murdoch steps back, gives some instructions to Chase Ellis. Ball's going to be snapped out of shotgun, handed off to Ellis again. He goes to his right. He's met head on by the defender from the Tigers.
Donovan Mooten.
That's Donovan Mooten credited with the stop for the Tigers. Going to bring up 3rd and about 8 for the Spartans as they look to the sideline. As those signs come in from the coaches. And those folks get in their positions. 3 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Murdoch's going to roll out to his left. It's going to be a pass. Everybody's covered. He still launches it. Intercepted. Number 7. Keverick Wiggins looks to have intercepted that ball.
Pass is intercepted by Keverick Wiggins.
And the Klein Collins Tigers get the ball back. Going to be taken down at the 39-yard line. Cole Samardi there for the stop for the Spartans, but a big interception for the Tigers. Great job at the 6:37 mark. Getting that interception and taking the momentum out of the Stratford Spartans. Giving it back to the Tigers. They're going to send 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. going to have a shift in the backfield to the weak side. Option to the back. Spiller's going to take it on the edge, push out of bounds.
Isaiah Spiller on the pitch out. Trayvon Cooper runs him out of bounds.
Trayvon Cooper going to be credited with the stop for the Spartans.
Gain of 2
6:33 to go in the first quarter. The score is Klein Collins 7, Stratford Spartans 0 in this District 15 6A matchup. Carter Ryan bringing in the play for the Tigers on offense. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the left. Backfield shifts from left to right. Once again, face the handoff, pass is thrown. Incomplete to his intended target. Great job by the defender there, breaking it up.
Falls incomplete.
Stepping up, number 29.
Chance Stein.
That's Chance Stein for the Stratford Spartans. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
3rd down and 8.
Once again, Klein Collins in the lead 7-0 in this matchup. Big 3rd down for the defense of the Stratford Spartans. Two receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Shift from the left to the right, back to the left. Fakes the handoff. He's going to launch it in the air. 1-on-1. Defender didn't know where it was at. He got a lucky break. Incomplete pass.
For A.J. Bennett falls incomplete.
A.J. Bennett, the intended target. Great
Reagan
job
Mansfield
by
coverage.
Reagan Mansfield.
Makes
Didn't
it a
see the
4th
ball,
down
but he
for
stayed
the Tigers.
next to his person he's supposed to defend, stayed with him step for step, and gave the Spartans an opportunity with his upcoming punt return, but doesn't look like they're going to bring out the punting unit yet. 4th and 8 ball on the 37-yard line. Klein Collins looks to be going for it on 4th down. They're already up 7-0 at the 6:22 mark in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Now it's going to be a timeout on the field. We'll join them. 7-0 is the score in the first quarter. 6:22 to go in this first quarter.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids, on average about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the 100club.org.
With numerous opportunities to participate in programs and activities here in Spring Branch, throughout the Houston area, and on local college campuses. Our high school students also profit from Memorial Herman's generosity, as their grant supports our Future Coaches Academy partnership with Texas A&M. Our thanks to Memorial Herman.
Back to the action. Going to be a pass in the air. No, he's going to try to run with it. Spartans step up and bring him down. Great job by the defense.
Carter Ryan on the keeper.
Awareness credited to
Sam
number
Gwynn
40.
on the stop.
They're going to say Sam Gwynn on the
Gain of
stop.
3 on the play.
45,
Not
Sam
enough
Gwynn.
for a first down, so the Spartans will take over on down.
And hopefully that gives some momentum to the offense. Offense currently down 0-7 in this matchup. 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Klein Collins up 7 points already. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Drew Murdoch, your quarterback, getting the ball out of shotgun, hands it off to Chase Ellis, goes to the right side once again to that strong
Chase
side.
Ellis on the
He's
carry.
met with a few defenders, but he's able to get to the second level.
Donovan Newton on the stop.
Looks to pick up about 6 yards. It brings up 2nd and 4 for the Spartans. Spartans going to send Pendergraph to the short side. 2 receivers to the strong. Ball snapped out of shotgun. Quarterback's going to keep it. Murdoch's taken down in the backfield. Looks to lost yards. Great job by the
Drew
Klein
Murdoch
Collins
on the
defense
keeper.
there for the stop. Give credit to number, looks to be 99, Isaac
Caleb
Barron,
Blankenship
and
on the
Caleb
stop.
Blankenship for the Tigers.
Loss of 2 on
Bringing
the
up
play makes it a
third
third
and
down
7.
and 7.
2
for the
yards
Spartans.
lost on that stop of Drew Murdoch. Big third down for the defense of the Tigers. Ball's going to be snapped out of doubles in the air. Throws into almost triple, if not quadruple coverage. Intended target
Pass
number
intended
82.
for Wyatt Branch falls
Wyatt
incomplete.
Branch. Looks like they rushed it,
Josh
Tried to
Borg in
force
coverage
something.
for the Tigers.
but the Tigers able to keep up with that tempo change.
No gain
from
on the play
the
makes it a
Spartans.
4th and long
It's
for
going
the
to bring out
Spartans.
the Tiger punt return unit, led by number 4,
Hayden Allen in to
Cameron
punt
Godfrey,
for
and
Spartans.
number 11, Carter Ryan. Your punter for the
Cameron
Stratford
Godfrey
Spartan from left to right,
and
Hayden Allen.
Jackson Lofton are deep.
Ball rolls out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. That's where the Tigers get another opportunity on offense. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Spring Branch Sports Line. We are the voice of the Spring Branch athletic community. Join us as we cover athletes past, present, and future. Visit yourbranchnews.com for 24.
Back to the action. Tigers have the ball. Pitch to the right. He has room to run. He's going to get the first down and more.
Josh Powell on the carry.
Big hard run by Josh Powell for the Tigers.
Trayvon Cooper
Gets
on the
those
stop.
down markers to move all the way down the field here at Darrell Tully Stadium. Stopped at the 38-yard line. Two receivers to the strong, one to the short. Spartans with 3 down linemen. They all get beat. Back gets all the way to the third
Josh
level
Powell on the
of
carry.
the defense of the Spartans. Josh Powell picking up some more yards and keeping a chain gang moving here at Darrell Tully
Walker
Stadium.
Lavercombe
Picking
on
up
the
another
stop.
first down. Walker Lavercombe credited with the stop for the
Gain of
Spartans.
19 on the play makes it a first
But
and
not
10
before 19 yards.
for the
Picked
Tigers
up.
at the Spartan 20.
20-yard line is where the Tigers have it. And they're knocking on the door of the end zone of the Stratford Spartans. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Ball snapped. Great job right there.
Josh Powell on the keeper.
Powell.
On the handoff.
Powell gets the handoff.
Caleb Hurst on the stop.
But the defender, Hurst, kept
Gain
hold
of 4
of
on
his
the
leg.
play makes it a 2nd down and 6 for the
Did not
Tigers.
let go. Ball marked on the 16-yard line, 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. 2 to the strong, 1 to the short. A.J. Bennett to the short side. Ball snapped. Quarterback's going to throw. Matt right in the mouth.
Pass is complete
Great
to
job.
Joseph Cordova.
Cordova credit with the reception,
Reagan
but Reagan
Mansfield on the stop.
They hit him right there in the mouth.
Loss
They
of
bring
2
up
on
third
the play
and
makes it
6.
a 3rd down
With those 2
and
yards
7.
lost for the
Correction,
Tigers.
3rd down and 6 for the Tigers.
Two receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Man in motion from left to right is going to bring 2 to the short. Pitch to the left by the Tigers. He's going to go 5. Touchdown.
Isaiah Spiller. Touchdown,
of
Tigers.
The Tigers. New score in the ball game, 13-0. Going to bring out the extra point unit for the Tigers. 16-yard run by Isaiah Spiller brings your score to 13-0 in this matchup at the 2:42 mark.
Landon Powers in to attempt the extra point.
Kick is up, and the kick is Good. New score in the game, 14-0. You're listening to the Spring
extra
Branch
point
Sports
is
Line.
good. Your score now, Klein Collins, 14, Stratford.
You're listening to the Spring Branch Sports Line. We are the voice of the Spring Branch athletic community. Join us as we cover athletes past, present, and future. Visit yourbranchnews.com for 24/7 coverage of the Spring Branch athletic community.
Landon Powers in the kickoff. Cameron Lane and Malcolm Stevens are deep. Hayden Allen on the return.
Back to the action.
Josh Borg on the stop. 5-yard return. Spartans will start at the 30.
Hayden Allen going to be the returner. Going to be stopped at the 30-yard line. Two receivers to the short. Two to the strong. Going to be double for the Spartans. Fakes the handoff. Does Murdoch throws to his receiver. Going to be a completed
Pass is complete to
pass
Malcolm Stevens.
to Malcolm Stevens for the Spartans.
Jeremy Owens in
Spartans
coverage.
looking to be in their 2-minute offense, hurrying it up with no huddle, giving the signals from the sideline.
Gain of 12 on the play. Makes it a 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 42.
As the announcer says, Spartans at the 42-yard line. One receiver to the strong. Two to the right. We're not yelling instructions to his offensive lineman. Fakes a handoff to Ellis. Rolls out to his left. Throws. Picked off again, but that time out of bounds.
Pass intended for Cole Smeraldi.
Ball's handed off to the
Malcolm
back.
Stevens
Malcolm
on the
Stevens
carry.
has nowhere to go as he's stopped by the Tigers defender.
Lewis Barba on the stop. No gain on the play. Makes it a 3rd down and long for the Spartans.
Pass play coming from the Spartans. Big pick by number 4, Cameron Godfrey. Going to take it all the way for a pick. 6 at the 123 mark. New score in the matchup, 20-0. As Cameron Godfrey takes it almost 42 yards. Plus on that pick 6 return. Once again, pick 6 at the 123 mark from Cameron Godfrey of the
Landon Powers in to attempt the extra
Klein
point.
Collins defense.
Stratford 0.
to the action if you missed it. Pick 6 by Cameron Godfrey of the Klein Collins Tigers brings the score 21-0 in this first quarter with 1:23 to go. I'm Greg Dow Jr. here for the Spring Branch Sports Line, bringing you coverage of tonight's
Kick goes out of bounds.
15-6A matchup. This is Stratford Spartans taking on the Klein Collins Tigers here at beautiful Darrell Tully Stadium. Once again, that last score came from Cameron Godfrey, a pick 6, taken all the way out of bounds. I'm sorry, all the way out of bounds and scoring at the 1:23 mark for Klein Collins.
Result of the penalty, the Spartans will start at the 30.
It's going to be 2 interceptions for Drew Murdoch thus far in this matchup. Only the first quarter. Ball's handed off to the back. Number 22, Cameron Lane.
Cameron Lane on the carry.
Get some stats behind his
Jeremy
name.
Owens on the stop.
But not much, as he's met by Jeremy Owens for the stop, bringing it.
Gain of 4 on the play makes it a second down and 6 for the Spartans.
For the Stratford Spartans. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Split back formation. Murdoch, your quarterback. Murdoch hands it to the back. He's going to take it to that right side. They like attacking that. That's Cameron Lane once again with a run.
Josh
going to pick up the first down to keep this drive alive for the Spartans.
Gain of 6 on the play.
6 yards
so
gain.
First and 10 for the Spartans at the 40.
41 seconds to go in this first quarter. Spartans down 0-21 in this District 15-6A matchup. Split back formation, 2 receivers to the strong. Ball's handed off to the back. Once again, that's Cameron Lane. He's going to slice across to the second level. Loses footing and falls.
Caleb Blankenship on the stop.
Credited with that stop for
gain of 4 on the play. Makes
4
it a
yards
second
gain,
down
and
and 6 for the Spartans.
Ball's going to be marked at the 44-yard line. Spartans have the ball moved from left to right at Rio Dow. Change of quarter. We'll be right back. Current score 21 Klein Collins. Stratford 0.
You're listening to the Spring Branch Sports Line. We are the voice of the Spring Branch athletic community. Join us as we cover athletes past, present, and future. Visit yourbranchnews.com for 24/7 coverage of the Spring Branch athletic community.
Of interest in the area out in Klein in the second quarter. Klein Oak 0, Memorial 0.
Back to the action. Murdoch's going to keep it, goes down.
Drew Murdoch on the keeper.
Looks to lose 2 yards.
A.J. Townsend on the stop. Loss of 1 on the play makes it a 3rd down and 7 for the Spartans.
Big 3rd down coming up for the offense of the Spartans. Coming back in, number 13, Malcolm Stevens, giving a breather to number 11, Davis Jones. Signs coming in from the sideline. That's going to send 2 receivers to the strong side. 1 to the short, 2 to the short. Going to be doubles at the 43-yard line for the Spartans. Man in motion. It's going to be Stevens. He's going to get the handoff on jet sweep motion. Nowhere to go, can't outsmart the Tigers, and they take them down. Big stop, giving credit to number 22, Donovan Booton.
Josh Allison on the stop.
Josh Allison for the Tigers. 11:05 to go in this first half. Tigers up 21-0. Last score came from Cameron Godfrey's pick 6 at the 125-yard mark in the first quarter.
Hayden Allen in the punt.
Allen punt from right to left on your radio dial.
Cameron Godfrey.
Punt is up and away.
Jackson Lofton are deep.
It's going to roll out of bounds at the 35. They're going to mark at 34-yard line. We'll be right back.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids, on average about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the100club.org.
Joseph Cordova on the carry. Walker Lavercombe runs him out of bounds.
Back to the action. The Tigers are still pumping the ball down the field with that big
54-yard run. Makes it a 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
54-yard
at
run
the Spartan 11.
Moving the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line. They're knocking on the end zone door, man in motion. Quarterback's going to pitch it. Has an open lane. Easy.
Isaiah Spiller, touchdown,
to
Tiger.
Get another score on the board for the Tigers. At the 10-21 mark, score is 27-0 after that 11-yard run by Isaiah Spiller.
Landon Powers in to attempt the extra point.
Another score by the Klein Collins Tigers. That kick is up. That kick is going to be good. New score in the game, 28-0. You're listening to the Spring Branch Sports Line. I'm Greg Dahl Jr. We'll be right back.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids, on average about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the100club.org.
Landon Powers in to kick off. Malcolm Stevens and Cameron Lane are deep for the Spartans. Kick goes out of the end zone. Spartans will start at the 25.
Back to the action. Spartans going to get another crack at it on offense. Ball's on the 25-yard line. Murdoch in at quarterback. 3 to the short, 1 to the strong. Ellis in the backfield. Pass is thrown, intended target. Grayson Pendergraft not able to get that reception. Great job by his defender. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
Cameron Godfrey in coverage.
Great job once again by Godfrey. Godfrey already has a pick 6 on his stat sheet for tonight. Looking for more. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Spartans. Doubles. Going to send Stevens in motion, helping him to help in the backfield. Murdoch going to keep it. as he's going to try to make something happen. Not able to. Right all over it. Number 34.
Murdoch on the keeper.
Josh Allison for the Tigers.
Josh Allison on the stop.
Great job stepping up. And a loss of yards for the Spartans. Big loss of yards. And knock them back.
Loss of 4
yards.
on the play makes it a third down and long for the Spartans.
Very long for the Spartans. They're going to have no choice but to punt. Pendergraft and Branch to the right. Ball snapped. It's going to be trips. Murdoch held on it too long. It's going to get taken down by that big
Dre Lackey on the sack.
They're going to credit Dre Lackey with that.
Loss of 2 on the play makes it a
sack.
4th and long for the Spartans.
And that's going to bring out Hayden Allen and have the punting unit
Hayden
for
Allen in the
the
punt.
Stratford Spartans. Current score 28-0 as the Spartans are trying to battle back and having a difficult time against the Klein Forest Tigers in this District 15-6A matchup.
Jackson Lofton and Cameron Godfrey are deep.
Lofton and Godfrey back at the 45-yard line for the Tigers. Godfrey already has a pick 6 return for the Tigers. I know he's looking for more. Ball's going to be fielded at about the 43-yard line. We'll be right back.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids. On average, about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the 100club.org.
Back to the action. Ball on the 42-yard line for the Klein Collins Tigers. Pass is completed to the intended receiver. Get pass 1, pass 2, pass 3. It's going to be found to push out of bounds.
Pass is complete
That's
to
number 2,
A.J.
A.J. Bennett for the Klein Collins Tigers. 28-0 is the score at the 8:51 mark in the second quarter of this matchup. I'm Greg Bell,
Jr.
on the
play
Spring
makes it a
Brand
second
Sports Line,
down and
bringing
8
coverage
for the
of
Tigers.
today's 15-6A matchup. Man in motion for the Tigers. Hands it off to the back. He's going to bounce. He's going to be met by a
Josh
wall
Powell on the carry.
of green jerseys. Looks to be led by, looks to be number 33 for the
Christian
Spartans.
Sempe on the stop.
Stepping up. Great job by that junior right there, pushing the progress of the offense. Brings up third
Gain of 4 on the play.
and 4
Makes
yards.
it a third down and
With
4
those 4 yards gained by the
for
Tigers.
the Tigers from the Stratford 35. Correction, 36.
One receiver at each side, man in motion. They're going to pitch it to the back. Coming around the left side. He's going to get
Josh
the first
Powell
down.
on the carry.
That's Josh Powell for the Tigers.
Christian Sempe
Flag's going to be thrown on the
fronts
field.
him out of bounds. There is a flag on the play.
Substitute coming in for the Stratford Spartans. That's number 46, Alec Higgins. Going to get out his teammate, number 45, Sam Gwynn. Give him a little pep talk.
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Number 45, Stratford. That's number 45, short unsportsmanlike conduct foul for the game.
Well, that penalty is going to help the Tigers move down the field left around the rear.
Result of the penalty,
Ball's going to be moved to the 18-yard line.
Tigers will start 1st and 10 at the 18.
Two receivers to the short, one to the strong. They're going to shift over from right to left in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Fakes the pass, and he's taking it on his feet. Gets all the way to the 2-yard line.
Carter Ryan on the keeper.
Right there for the
Ben Kuhn on the stop.
For the Tigers. Kuhn's going to be credited with the stop. Colin Crispin
Gain of
early
16
going to
on
be
the
brought
play.
in
Makes it
to
a first and goal for the
this
Tigers
goal
at the
line
Spartan
defense
3.
for the Tigers. Two receivers to the strong side, one to the short for the Tigers on the 3-yard line. He's going to try to leap over the pile. Not going to get it. Going to be
Josh
stopped.
Powell with the handoff.
But you can't stop
Caleb Hurst on the
the
stop.
effort of Powell. They're going to credit Hurst and a host of other green jerseys.
Gain of 2 on the
with
play.
that
Makes it a
stop.
second down and goal from the
He's
Spartan
going to
1.
get that forward progress with those 2 yards gained. Putting it on the the 1-yard line. Tigers looking for another score here in this matchup. It's 7:02 on the board in this second quarter. Right.
Josh Powell,
up the
touchdown
middle.
Tigers.
Josh Powell makes it look easy. At the 6:53 mark, Powell gets the score for the Tigers.
Landon Powers in to attempt the extra point.
New score in the matchup after this kick. 35-0, but we gotta make sure it counts. Kick getting ready to go up. And the kick is good. New score in the game, 35-0.
And the extra
6:53
point
to
is
go in this
good.
matchup. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Spring Branch Sports Line. We are the voice of the Spring Branch athletic community. Join us as we cover athletes past, present, and future. Visit yourbranchnews.com for 24/7 coverage of the Spring Branch athletic community.
Landon Powers in to kick off. Malcolm Stevens and Cameron Lane are deep for the Spartans. Kickoff goes through the end zone. Spartans will start at the 25.
Back to the action. Ball's going to be on the 25-yard line for the Stratford Spartans. Two receivers to the right, one to the short side. Split back formation. Murdoch's going to be your quarterback. Hands the ball off to Ellis. Going to be stopped
Chase Ellis on the carry.
by the Tigers.
Lewis Barba on the stop. Gain of 2 on the play makes it a second down and 8 for the Spartans. Chase Ellis on the carry. Jeremy Owens on the stop.
Ellis giving that handoff.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Pick up 4 yards for the
So a
Spartans.
third down and 4 for the Spartans.
Score is going to be 35-0 currently with 6 minutes to go. Spartans have not had success this matchup on offense. It's a Friday night football matchup for the Texans. But the Tigers have not brought any weapons on offense thus far in this matchup. Two receivers to the strong, one to the short. Ball snapped out of shotgun. Hand off to Ellis. Tries to run the left side. Gets to the second level. It's going to be
Chase
stopped
Ellis
short
on the carry.
of the first down marker. first down marker.
Gain of 3 on the play makes it a 4th
At
down
the
and
35-yard
2
line.
for the Spartans.
He's going to be stopped short. It's going to bring out the punting unit. Once again, for
Hayden Allen in the punt.
the Spartans punting from right to left when you're ready to go dial. That's Hayden Allen in charge of those duties. Back
Cameron
deep.
Godfrey and Jackson
He's
Lofton
already
are
gotten a
deep
pick
for
6 for the
Tigers.
Tigers. You almost want to kick away from that young man. Great kick by Allen. Going to land at about the 36-yard line. We'll be right back. It's going to be 4:50 to go in this first half with 35-0 the score in favor of the Tigers.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids, on average about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the 100club.org.
Back to the action. Ball's on the 36-yard line for the Tigers. Hands off to the back. This is the second level to the third level. Past the 40. The 35. Pushed out short of the 30-yard line.
Spiller on
Isaiah
the carry.
Spiller's looking to have a highlight field
Walker
night
Lavercombe
in
runs it
this
out of bounds.
matchup. Lavercombe there for the stop for the Spartans, but not before he picks up a first down and more. Lavercombe getting
play.
upset. There's a flag
Personal
on the
foul.
field.
Offense number 74. 15-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
15-yard penalty on personal foul against the Tigers. Coach Allen not happy with that call and with that.
First down.
He's not happy with the defensive effort right now as he sends a signal to his guys. Getting them in the right position, trying to get some kind of stop of this offensive progression this entire matchup. 35-0 is the current score.
Result of the penalty will make it a first down
To go
and 3.
in the first
Correction,
half.
4.
I'm Greg Dahl Jr. for the
the
Tigers.
Tigers.
Sports line. Stratford down 0 to 35. Man in motion for the Tigers. Ball's going to be pitched to the left. That's going to be given to the back, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down marker.
Isaiah Spiller on the
Spiller
carry.
once again picking up yards.
Reagan Mansfield on the stop.
Mansfield credited with that stop, but it's still going to be short of the first down marker.
Gain of 2 on the play makes it a second down and 2 for the Tigers.
Second and 2 for the Tigers coming up with 4:30 to go in this first half. They're in the lead 35-0 as they take on the Spartans in this District 15-6A matchup. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Right up the middle.
Josh Powell on
Powell's
the
going to
carry.
be given that duty of getting that
Colin
first
Crispin
down
Gurley
for
on the stop.
the Tigers.
Gain of 3 on the play makes it a first and 10 for the Tigers at the 47.
Fresh set of downs coming up for the Tigers. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Gonna bounce the back. Right up the middle.
Isaiah Spiller on
Flag
the carry.
on the field.
It's a flag on the play.
Checking into the
Holding. Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Sam Hebel checking into the game for the Spartans. Holding penalty against the Tigers, going to push back their progress 10 yards. And that's something the defense
Result of the penalty will make it a first and 20
Now they just got to hold
for
it
the
for 3
Tigers
downs
at the 39.
and stop this offensive onslaught thus far. This game, 35-0 is the current score with 3:45 to go in this first half. I'm Greg Dahl Jr. for the Spring Branch Sports Line. Can't make it to the game. You can join us at yourbranchnews.com. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Shift from right to left of the backfield. Ball snapped out of shotgun. Quarterback looks to launch it down the field. 1 receiver, 2 defenders. Overthrows his intended
That's
receiver.
intended for A.J. Bennett. Falls
That was
incomplete.
Bennett, the intended target of that matchup.
Reagan Mansfield in coverage. No gain on the play, makes it a second down and 10 for the Tigers at their 39.
Second and 20 for the Tigers coming up as they had that 10-yard holding penalty that knocked them back 10 more yards. So second and 20 coming up for the Tigers. They took a shot down the field with that last pass attempt. Two receivers to the strong, one to the short, man in motion. Going to bring three blockers for the pitch. Going to get past the
Isaiah Spiller on the carry.
Gets pushed out of bounds.
Ben Kuhn runs him out of bounds.
Kuhn credited with the stop for the Spartans.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Should break up 3rd and 16 for the Tigers.
Makes it a 3rd down and long for the Tigers.
Two receivers through the strong, one to the short for the Tigers. A shift from left to right for the backfield. Another shot down the field. Completes his pass. Pass to 35, the 30, the 25. He's going to get the turf monster
Pass
to take
is
him
complete
down.
to Jackson Lofton.
Jackson Lofton going to be credited with
Reagan
that reception.
Mansfield on the
Gets
stop.
The ball to move down on the field here at Darrell Tully Stadium from the 42-yard line all the way to the 19-yard line. They're going to hurry it up on offense. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Flags thrown. They're going to say it's a penalty against the Tigers.
Flag on the play.
Part of the snap. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
False start credited to the Tigers. Trying to move a little
Result
too
of the
fast.
penalty makes it a 1st and 15 for the Tigers.
First
At
and
the
15
Spartans,
is going to knock them back.
26.
They're going to be at the 26-yard line, but they've been successful at all points of the field tonight. Don't see anything different from right now. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Hands the ball off to Spiller. Gets past a few, gets to the outside. 20 to the 15, the 10, 5. Stopped short.
Isaiah
Very
Spiller
short
on
by
the
Ben
carry.
Kuhn. But if he wanted to,
Ben
Spiller, I
Kuhn
think, could have took it in. It looked
Knocks
like
him out of bounds.
he didn't run as hard as he could have with that last step. He could have just looked to got where he needed to go, but nevertheless, Ben Kuhn there for the stop of the Spartans. 2:37 to go. The ball on the 1-yard line for the Klein Collins Tigers. Looking to put another score on the board before halftime in this District 15 6A matchup. Great job by that
Isaiah Spiller on the carry.
front defensive crew with Ben Kuhn and Colin Christmas
Ben
Gurley.
Kuhn and Colin
Stopping.
Christman Gurley on the stop.
Stopping
No gain on the play.
Powell.
Makes it a 2nd down and goal for the
His
Tigers.
tracks. Bringing up 2nd and goal. Tigers are trying to make something happen as they're knocking on the end zone door. They may let the time run off the clock for the 2-minute warning. I could be wrong. They're going to keep it going, and they get that
Isaiah
touchdown
Spiller, touchdown,
right up the
Tigers.
middle. Spiller getting a touchdown at the 1:55 mark in the second quarter for the Tigers, bringing in the new score of 41-0.
Landon Powers in to attempt the extra point.
Extra point kick's going to be good. If it goes up and in, that's going to bring the score of 42-0. Kick is up. And that kick is going to be good. New score in the game, 42-0.
And the extra point is
with 1:55
good.
to go in the first half. We'll be right back.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids, on average about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the 100club.org.
Landon Powers into kickoff. Malcolm Stevens and Cameron Lane are deep for the Spartans. Cameron Lane on the return.
Lane's going to return it
Sean
for the Spartans.
Fontenot on the tackle.
He'll be hit right in the mouth and stopped. Going to be marked at the 16-yard line for the Spartans.
16-yard return. Spartans will start at the 16.
Spartans trying to make something happen. They've been unsuccessful thus far on offense. Been stopped cold in their tracks.
The score of interest out at Minute Maid Park. In the middle of the second inning,
this second quarter.
Astros 1, Dodgers 0.
Two receivers to the strong, one to the short. Ball snapped, handed off to Cameron Lane. Finds a
Cameron
hole,
Lane on the carry.
but he's met by the back. Hit right in the mouth. Great job by number 35, Ethan Frazier.
Louis Barba on the
They're
stop.
going to give that to Louis Barbo. He's put my
Gain of 3 on the play. To the second down and 7 for the Spartans. Cameron Lane on the carry.
Lane with another run.
Donovan Mutin on the stop.
Going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Gain of 2 on the play.
For the Spartans.
To the 3rd down and 5 for the Spartans.
Seconds to go in this first half. Spartans are down 0-42. 2 receivers to the strong, 1 to the short. Ball's going to be snapped out of slip back formation, giving it to Cameron Lane. He's trying to bounce it, trying to get to that 3rd level. He's met by a sea of white jerseys and
Cameron
nowhere
Lane on
to
the
go.
carry.
Going to bring out the punting unit
Hill on the
once
stop.
again for the Spartans. Hayden Allen, your punter, punting from right to left from your radio dial. They're going to let the time run off the clock, and we'll join them. 42-0
And that's
is
the
the
end
score.
of the half.
At the end of the first half, I'm Greg Dahl Jr. for the Spring Branch Sports, and I will be back.
You know, people tell me all the time that they've seen the 100 Club decals on cars, but they don't know what it stands for. Let me tell you. It stands for the only organization that takes care of the dependents of peace officers and firefighters who have died in the line of duty. The 100 Club pays off mortgages, debts, and provides a college education for their kids, on average about $300,000 per tragedy. And it's only made possible by memberships and donations. Annual membership is just $100. So join today at the100club.org.
Welcome back to the Spring Branch Sports Line. I'm Greg Dahl Jr. here with Frugalillennial.com owner Kelby Green. Kelby, how are you this evening?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
We thank you for coming out to Darrell Tully Stadium to enjoy this matchup tonight here in District 18-6A. But first, tell me just a little bit about yourself, your background, and not before we get to Frugalillennial, tell me about how you got this knowledge that you have for financial freedom for folks.
Sure. Actually, my working background is in financial services. So I've worked in banks. I've been a personal banker, been a financial advisor. But I didn't always follow that advice. So I had gotten into debt myself, worked my way out of it, and along the way realized that there weren't enough resources for millennials. So I went out and tried to become their resources.
With that being said, you just started a brand new site, a blog site for folks. They can follow you on Twitter, Pinterest, and so on. But we'll talk about that at the end of the conversation. But when people type in frugalillennial.com, what will they see? What will they receive from your site?
What they will get is honest talk about finances, about debt paying off, about paying off debt, about investing, and kind of about the things that we go through with paying off debt or with, being a millennial. So just general financial information, not talking over people's head, just talking like you're talking to a friend.
So common sense talk for approach to how to deal with financial management. Now, frugalillennials for the millennials, but what age range are we talking about?
It ranges. Honestly, it's from about 24 to mid-30s, so 24 to 34, I would say.
And you yourself are how old?
I'm 32.
And you have been able to use your own plan.
I have. And it's funny, a lot of these things are trial and error. Most of the information are things that I've actually gone through, things that I've actually worked, and I know that they work for my situation. So actionable things that you can really use, not just theory.
Frugalillennial, what does that name mean? Where'd you get that name?
So it's funny, I went through a lot of different processes trying to find a name that embodied everything that I wanted it to be, and nothing really worked. I had millennials and money and just random things, and woke up one night, scribbled on a paper, frugal plus millennial, and I looked it up to make sure the domain was there. Frugalillennial was there, and that's kind of how I was born. So it's just, I'm frugal by nature, I'm a millennial, frugalillennial just came from it.
A site devoted for people from the millennial group to get better management and a hold of their financial situation. That's frugalillennial.com, created and started by Kelby Green. One thing that folks can't see, you're here with your great family, 2 girls and a wife. That's a lot of people to take care of and manage.
It is, and that's a lot of the part. Outside of getting out of debt and those things, having kids and being married really has you change your perspective on finances. And that's kind of what drove me. I didn't want my daughters to have to go through the same things that I went through growing up. So I had to make sure my financial situation was in place, and I had the tools to teach them how to not make those mistakes. So,
having 2 daughters, I guess you're going to have some more too, but we won't talk about that now. I didn't see a happy response, but planning and saving for 2 growing girls who are very close in age is something that's important. So what is just a strategy you can give us off the top as a parent with a wife and 2 growing girls?
Sure. Well, the first thing before even thinking about savings is you really want to cut down your expenses. A lot of people will think, investing and a lot of these other things, and not that there's anything wrong with investing, but you really need to minimize your expenses and get rid of debt. That should be your first focus. Once you get past that, there's 529 plans. There's a lot of college savings options that are available. 529 plans are a really good option. Just a basic, something that you can do. But honestly, getting out of debt and minimizing your expenses should be the first.
529 plans are college expenses saving plans for children.
Right, for children. So, and there's stipulations on how you can use the money, so you do want to do your research on it. But it is for college savings. It is money that's going just towards college expenses, tuition, fees. You can actually use it for computers and different things that you also need for the college experience.
Folks that want to get in contact with you, they can go to frugalillennial.com, but is there any other means of reaching you?
Sure, I'm on Facebook at Facebook/TheFrugalillennial. Also on Twitter at The Frugalillennial, Instagram, and Pinterest, all at The Frugalillennial.
At The Frugalillennial is the place to go to find out financial information for your future. That's Kelby Green, owner and founder of the blog, TheFrugalillennial.com. And it is not TheFrugalillennial.com. The address is...
Actually, it's TheFrugalillennial.com.
Well, I stand corrected. www.TheFrugalillennial.com. Once again, www.TheFrugalillennial.com. As time is winding down here, Kelby, what is the biggest debtor for the millennial generation?
Without a doubt, it's student loans. The average student loan debt load for millennials is $33,000, which is, a used luxury vehicle when you think about it. So you're coming out of school, entry-level job, and you're already saddled with $33,000 worth of debt on average. So that's, without a doubt, the most debt that we see.
And with 2 daughters, that's going to be a lot of college expenses right there.
That's why planning ahead and eliminating expenses up front is imperative. It's also, there are some additional steps, scholarships, grants, and those things that you can focus on, but definitely you want to plan for it in advance.
As frugalillennial.com, TheFrugalillennial.com grows, what is the next thing coming out?
I'm actually working on a few things. I have an interview series on the blog right now where you're getting advice from other people that have gone through it, paid down debt, and are on their journey. There's also some resources, some budget guides, some other things that I'm coming out with within the next month. So it's a lot of exciting things happening on the blog and a lot of resources that are going to help a lot of people.
Once again, that's Kelby Green, owner and founder of TheFrugalillennial.com. Follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Pinterest at TheFrugalillennial.com. Kelby Green, I want to thank you and your family for coming out tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Any final words to our listeners?
Just watch your debt. You don't have to keep up with anybody. Pay things in cash, and just watch what you spend on.
With that being said, that is TheFrugalillennial.com owner Kelby Green. Visit his site, once again, www.TheFrugalillennial.com, and follow him and like him on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter at TheFrugalillennial.